What is it like to have a staycation at the Rosalie Bay Eco Resort and Spa? This is what we're going to look at in this video. I'm going to show you the behind the scenes, exactly what it feels like to be at Rosalie, and then we're going to talk about the unique and amazing staycation deals that they have for this year, 2021. Stay tuned!
One, go.
Alright, so guys, as I'm recording this video, I'm actually reminiscing of the time that I spent at Rosalie sometime last year, and just looking back at the picture just kind of like make this feel like, oh my god, I want to go back again. But since I moved to Dominica, I've always wanted to go to Rosalie. It's always been pictured as this beautiful place, very like far from the city, surrounded by nature, where you can see turtles and have amazing experiences. And I really enjoy the fact that now I'm able to go there and I'm able to afford those kind of experiences. So I'm going to share with you, if you're looking for a place to have a staycation coming this summer or for the rest of the year or at any point in time at all, I'm going to share with you inside of Rosalie what it looks like, so you can have a better, more informed decision when you want to make your decision. Sorry for the repetition. Okay, so one of the things that I love about Rosalie is the fact that it's a very huge and spacious resort. I mean, it wouldn't be a resort if it wasn't that big, right? So when you step into Rosalie, immediately you are surrounded by nature, and you kind of feel like you are walking in a kind of Eden, like a Dominican Eden, where everywhere is just green, it's lush, the views are panoramic, everything just looks so beautiful and so welcoming. You automatically and immediately want to stay. Now, one of my favorite thing is the welcome drink. Welcome drink. I mean, if you get me into a resort and you give me a drink to start with, that's it. Like the deal is sealed. So I really love the fact that they give a welcome drink to every guest that comes in. And as you arrive, the staff actually, get you to sign the COVID protocol forms. You do your questionnaire. I mean, that is kind of like done at all the properties right now, given everything that is going on. So you do your questionnaires, you have your temperature checks and all these things, and then the staff takes you to your room. Now we're gonna talk about the different staycation days at the end, and the way your room looks is actually going to depend on which room you pick, right, based on the staycation deal. So the staff took us to our rooms, and we checked in our room. Now, one of the special touches that I loved about my experience at Rosalie was the fact that in my room, or in our room, we had a name tag and a welcome note, a personalized welcome note from the staff. And to me, I feel like if you can call me by my name and you can actually take the time to either write my name on a card or print it out and put it on my bed and so forth, I feel like those are the little touches that make the whole difference. It just feels like they took the time, they wanted to get my name right and the spelling of my name right, and they really wanted to make sure that, I had this memorable experience. So I love that. The bed was well draped, well dressed. As soon as we got there, we just wanted to jump on the bed right away. And it was just like beautiful and like exciting from the get-go. Now the rooms at Rosalie, so beautiful. Now, one of the things that the manager explained to me when I was actually talking to her about the property was that the rooms, like the wood used to make the rooms and the decor in all the rooms, like for the bed, for the doors, the door frames, the windows and so forth, that wood is actually locally made. The majority of the decor pieces that they have at the Rosalie Resort are actually locally made, and for those that they have imported, they are made from either recycled materials or nature-friendly materials, sorry. So that just goes back again hand in hand with the mission of Rosalie to be an eco-friendly resort that promotes sustainable tourism and sustainable travel. And I think for anyone at all who is looking to come to, to travel to an island that cares about, the environment, first of all, you need to pick Dominica, and secondly, you need to pick Rosalie as one of the places where you want to stay, or at least have an experience there. So the decor was very, like heartwarming and very nature friendly. And also, when you step in your rooms, you feel like you are in a home, but like a sophisticated kind of home. Now when we talk about the staycation deals. Should I talk about the staycation deals now or later? Well, let me just talk about one of the rooms. The room where we were was, fully equipped. I mean, we had a queen size bed, and the bathroom was well laid out. You had enough space to move around, and then when you get into your room, you have a patio. So if you don't want to spend time in the bedroom itself, then you can spend time in the little veranda, have a nice view outside, and just enjoy all those little things and that time of communion with nature. Now, depending on the room that you pick, your view, your patio or veranda view is going to be different. So whether you choose a garden suite, a junior garden suite, an ocean view suite, you will have a different view. So if you really care about the view that you have from being inside of your room, then you can be guided accordingly and pick different other rooms, right? But that is just like a factor that I wanted to bring to your attention. Okay, so enough about the rooms. Now let's say that you want to do a dive around the resort. So you check in, you put your bags down, and now you want to walk around. The first thing that you see as you go out of your room, well, depending on where your room is, really, is the huge onyx pool. Now that pool is beautiful. I mean, you just need to go there and just experience it for yourself. The views and even the feel of the water, everything is just so beautiful and just so appealing, so warming, and just so amazing. Now it's called an onyx pool because it's kind of like a smart pool. And simply put, that kind of pool basically retains the heat during the day when the sun is like just hitting like literally hitting the place. The pool retains the heat, and then later on it's going to release that heat at night, so that when you dive in the pool, you don't have like ice cold water. You can have like warm water or ambient temperature water. So that's what the beautiful thing about onyx pools. It makes sure that for you as the guest, whether you are swimming in the day or in the evening, you can still have the kind of water that's not going to frustrate your pores. So that's a beautiful thing about it. So you can go to the bar, to the pool bar, get your cocktails, get your drinks, and then come and chill at the pool. You can take your pictures around the pool, or you can just go straight, in the restaurant and order some food. Now, regarding the food, I've had the good fortune and the blessings of dining and eating at different resorts around the world, and I'm extremely grateful for that. And generally, when you think about resort food, you think about exquisite things that are really expensive. And one of the things that I loved about Rosalie food when we went to visit was the fact that, first of all, I could recognize the food that I was eating. Yes, you want fancy food, and yes, you want things that are like, kind of out of this world, or have some fancy name like papier mache or pâté de foie. By the way, papier mache is not a food, okay? I just said it because it was a French word, the first French expression that came to my mind. But if you want something like hors d'oeuvre or pâté de foie, or those kind of fancy French things, right? I mean, sometimes they come in like really small portions, and you don't really know where your money is going, right? Let's be honest. But what I love about Rosalie was the fact that, first of all, I could see the food, I could identify the food that I was, eating. So I knew that was mahi mahi. I could see the mahi mahi, I could see the tomatoes, I can see the rice and stuff, right? And on top of that, it was tasty, and it was also not too expensive. Which means that even if you decide not to come to the restaurant, or, sorry, even if you decide not to come to the resort, and you don't want to like spend the night there, even if you just go there for a day pass or just for lunch or dinner, you're still going to be able to get a good size portion meal for a good price, so you don't have to break the bank to eat there. And did I mention the fact that it was tasty? It was so good. Like, I really enjoyed it. And trust me, when I travel, food is a big deal. Like, I will book a hotel based on the food recommendations. That's how much of a big deal food is for me. And I really enjoyed that, like, no kidding. So the food there is really nice, and I will definitely recommend.
Excuse me, but I would like you to take a moment of your time to appreciate the gorgeousness of this meal. I would like you to take a moment of your time to thank God if you have enjoyed a meal. Cousins, we are very blessed. Let's never, let us never forget that. Blessings.
Time there. And now when you are done, you can just explore more of the property. You take a dive in the pool, or you can just go towards the sea and the river area. Now, one of the amazing things that I discovered when I was doing my research on Rosalie was the fact that at Rosalie, the river and the sea actually meet, and I think that is just like, that is just such an uncanny phenomenon. Like, I mean, you can interpret that in so many ways, you know. So depending on how you want to swim or what you're feeling like, you know, if you have like a river vibe, you can swim the river. If you have more of like a sea vibe, you can go in the sea, right? And the sceneries are just like completely different. Off to the staycation deals. The staycation deals at Rosalie's are on all room types. Now, the prices start at 338 Eastern Caribbean dollars for one room for 2 people. Now, that rate is for the Junior Garden Suite, which is the cheapest room. Obviously, if you want to get more expensive rooms, the deals are still going to apply, but it's also going to be more expensive. And to be honest, if you are on a budget and you just want to have a nice little experience where you don't spend too much, I think the garden suite room is a really good option, because you have the beauty and the modernism of the room, but still within a reasonable price. And besides, when you are at a resort, you're not going to spend all your time in the room anyway, so it's okay for you to get a cheaper room, because you're going to spend, you know, time outside, you know, like chilling and all those kind of things. Now, your staycation rate comes with the room, and then it comes with breakfast for 2, so you get a complete breakfast for 2. You also get complimentary meditation sessions if you want to have like a meditation session in nature. You also have therapeutic wellness tours around the property, where they take you around, they show you the different healing and herbal, you know, plants and all those kind of things, so you know what heals what, and you can even make your own herbal tea and drink it. How amazing is that? Alright, this concludes our staycation review of the Rosalie Bay Eco Resort and Spa. I hope you found this video helpful. If you are planning to go to Rosalie after this video, please make sure that you let me know what your experience is like. I would love to know what it is that you loved, what you liked, and what you think they can improve. Until then, take care. Bye.